I am Andy, a collections specialist at Credit Sage. My goal is to help people learn how they can remove NPAs from their credit report. And actually, in many cases, without paying their debt at all. So if that sounds good to you, or this applies to somebody that you know, I'm confident that you're going to walk away from this video knowing what the next best step is for you to take. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't take action. There are situations, for example, if you know or believe the NPAs or any of the other accounts for that matter on your credit report are the result of identity theft, that's very serious. Or if they have the wrong balance and that you've already paid. Or any other real major issues that are seriously affecting your life, you may be owed a settlement. And we work with a network of local attorneys that will work on your behalf at zero cost, and win or lose, in addition to getting the accounts deleted permanently. Or, if there are no issues like that exist, that's good, and you just want the account removed from your credit report, we can help with that too. Give us a call today. Our number will be in the description below for you. So, today I want to go through some of the most important questions that we get about this company. And the first one that I have here is, I think, really important. And that is, can you be arrested or get jail time for a debt with NPAs? And I put this one at the top for a reason. And it's because we get a lot of callers that are terrified that this could happen. And it makes sense. I mean, few people are really taught how credit and debt work in school. I didn't know the answer to this question until I got into the business, to be honest with you. And fortunately, the answer is, unless the debt is specifically related to unpaid taxes or unpaid child support, you cannot be arrested or get jail time. So no need to worry about that. The amount of the debt doesn't actually matter either. A lot of people think it does, but it doesn't. You could refuse to pay $1,000 or $1 million, and you will not be arrested or get jail time. So now, who is NPAs, and why are you seeing them on your credit report? So they're referred to as a debt collector or credit collection agency, and they buy debts, unpaid accounts like credit cards, for example, often for really cheap. And then they try to collect the full amount. For example, let's say that, for whatever reason, you have an unpaid card with Capital One, and it's $1,000, just to use easy numbers. NPS could come along and buy that debt for just $100, right? Now, they don't try to collect that amount from you. They try to collect the full $1,000, which would give them a 10x return on their investment. So multiply that by a lot of accounts, and these companies can make a lot of money. And damaging your credit score by reporting the debt to your credit report is a primary strategy that they use to get you to pay. However, what's interesting about that, and a lot of people don't know this, is paying the debt that's on your credit report doesn't actually remove the account that's attached to it. That account will sit there for 7 years, damaging your score, whether it's paid or not. So in those cases, a lot of time, paying isn't in your best interest, and it could just be a waste of money. Actually, in rare cases, paying the debt can even hurt your score. So you need to watch out for that. In addition to credit reporting, they may, send scary letters. They'll certainly call a lot, even calling family members and colleagues. Now, if a collector has ever threatened you or harassed you during non-business hours, you may be owed a lawsuit. So again, that's another case that you'd want to give us a call so we can connect you with a local specialist that will take action quickly. Question I have here is, should you negotiate a settlement with NPAs? Good question. So settling your debt with NPAs really depends on your goal. Typically, I tell people if you're wanting to improve your credit score, paying isn't the best option. And the reason for that is, well, like we were talking about before, even if you pay the collection, it will remain on your credit report for 7 years. And that whole time, it's going to be just damaging your score further and further. Instead, we always recommend working with an expert like us to review these accounts. And if we can find certain issues with the accounts, they may be removed. And this is a win-win. You won't have to waste money paying a debt that won't help your score. And the negative account gets removed from your report. So it's perfect. Okay, so how do you remove NPAs from your credit report? So the Fair Credit Reporting Act gives every person the power to challenge information on their report. I will say that the knowledge required to do this is a bit more involved than it might seem. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't learn how to do it, but, look at it in terms that you may spend weeks, maybe months, really learning how to do it properly. However, if you hire a professional to handle it for you, and that way you can ensure that it's done properly the first time and save the extra time, well, we're happy to take care of it for you. We've dealt with NPAS accounts many times, and they regularly have issues. And we've helped numerous clients deal with them, and we'll take care of it for you too if you'd prefer. How can you get NPAS to stop calling you, right? This may be why you found this video. So as I mentioned before, NPAS will be calling you. I mean, it's their attempt to collect the debt that they've purchased, which ultimately means that the only reason that they're going to stop calling you is if you settle your debt with them, or you work with a company like ours to potentially have them removed from your report altogether. Will NPAS try suing or garnishing my wages? Another kind of scary question. And NPAS suing is unlikely. It can happen, it does happen, but really in our experience, it's rare. And the reason is there's a lot of laws around how long they can sue for, what they can do if they win, things like that. So it's just a long process. But why risk it? If we're able to find certain issues with the account, they won't be able to collect it all, which is another benefit of using an expert. What are my rights when dealing with NPAS? Another question that we get all the time. So you have the right to dispute any of your debt that NPAS has purchased. NPAS is governed by the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, the FDCPA. And also, like we were talking about before, the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Now, both of these can seem a little complicated, but really they provide a great deal of power to the consumer if you know how to use them properly. But if you don't have time to research these acts, that's not a problem. That's what we're here for. So you can give us a call today. We can sit down. We can discuss your options. And again, our number will be in the description area below. So give us a call. Thanks.